So I think it's safe to say that Chinese AAA games are absolutely on fire right now. What with Black Myth Wukong being an absolute success worldwide, and games like Wu Chang and Phantom Blade Zero are gaining some serious traction. But it's not just the big budget epics that are making waves anymore, there's another title from China, and it's not just catching attention, it's rewriting the rules. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Ananta, the game we heard nothing about for 9 months since an initial teaser, just dropped a 7-minute gameplay trailer, and it looks good. I mean really good. So if you haven't gone and checked that out for yourself, I will leave a link in the description below, so be sure to go check that out. But that's not the biggest news. They just blew up the gacha system. You heard me right, they blew up the gacha system. No more rolling, no more gambling, no more praying to the RNG gods for your waifu to come home, and that literally changes everything. Now, some of you watching this video may be familiar with what a gacha game is, but for those of you who aren't, let me paint you a picture. Let's say you see a character you absolutely love. The design is perfect, the voice acting slaps, and you just need to play them. So you go out and download the game and give it a go, hoping to unlock them and actually play them. But there's a catch though. You can't just unlock them. No. You've got to spend a slot machine. You either grind for months or throw down hundreds of dollars for a chance, just a chance to get that one character. And mind you, that character is not the full character. You get 1/7 of a character. Not even guaranteed unless you pull 300 times. And with this model alone, Genshin Impact made over $3 billion in its first year. And it worked because players kept on pulling. Now don't get me wrong, I liked Genshin Impact when it first launched. It was fun, beautiful world, addictive combat. But let's be real though, after playing gacha games for quite a while, I'm pretty sure most of us can say the gacha part was the worst part. It turned a fantastic game into a casino with anime girls. Which brings us back to Ananta, because out of nowhere, Nettie said, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. No more character role, no more pity systems, just play the game, earn characters, and if you want to spend money, guess what? It's on cosmetics only. Now here's a tweet from Brax where he says, Ananta is no longer a gacha game. All characters will be earnable in-game. Monetization is for some cosmetics. Which is honestly pretty wild because this isn't just some small indie project. This is NetEase we're talking about here. This is one of China's gaming giants. Basically their version of EA or Activision, and they're voluntarily pulling the plug on one of the most profitable monetization systems in history. But the question is, why? Why would a billion-dollar studio kill their own cash cow? Well, according to NetEase themselves, the decision was intentional. Here we have a statement from the producer of Ananta. Let me get straight to the point. Ananta is fundamentally an anime-style mobile game. This generation of live operation games owes gratitude to Genshin players' early choices, which paved the way for us to wield greater technical prowess and crafting pure content-driven experiences. Standing on the shoulders of giants, we're determined to push further. Regarding monetization, yes, we designed this from day one as a cosmetics-only model. Immersively experiencing diverse character stories and lifestyles within the world is the gameplay. An urban open-world essence lies in letting players live a second life to dream the impossible. So in other words, that's corporate speak for, we see the writing on the wall, players are tired of being milked dry, which it is kind of true though. But let's be honest here, it's not just goodwill, it's business. NetEase probably saw what happened with Marvel Rivals, another game developed by them, where the monetization model leaned heavily into cosmetics and accessibility, and people responded very positively. No characters locked behind a stupid paywall, just a game people actually want to play. Wow, what a concept. It's not like people were complaining about this since the beginning. But this could be a major turning point, not just for gacha games, but for free-to-play as a whole. Because let's be honest, for years we've accepted that free-to-play equals pay to win or pay for content. But Ananta is flipping that on its head. It seems like we're getting a game with lots of content. Well, hopefully, you earn everything in-game and the only thing you can buy? Just skins. Now imagine if this model actually worked. If this game pulls in huge numbers, devs like Hoyoverse, Cygames, and Yosar, they're gonna start feeling a lot of pressure. This will literally send a message that says, yeah, you can't keep charging $300 for anime JPEGs when your competition is literally giving out full rosters and letting people buy cat ears for however much. And here's another thing as well. Ananta isn't just free to play. It seems like it's trying to be the GT Online of anime games. Now, we don't know the full scale yet of this game. We don't know if it's going to be purely single player or if they're planning to add multiplayer. But from what we've seen before and the leaks and rumors, It seems like the roadmap hints at a live service model with consistent updates and content drops, which would honestly make a lot of sense because think about it, this is an open world game with racing, stealth missions, and fast-paced action combat. And if they add in an RP mode just like GTA Online, this could be huge, this could be massive. And because it's free, there's no barrier to entry. You don't need a $2,000 PC to run it, and you don't need $200 to unlock your favorite character. You just download it and play. Now, while this game seems absolutely amazing, unfortunately not everything's sunshine and roses. And we do have to talk about the big elephant in the room, the animations. Yes, a lot of them are very familiar. I mean, if you look at the web slinging, it is literally from Spider-Man. The hand-to-hand combat from Sleeping Dogs. The hacking animation from Watch Dogs. And if you look at the camera transitions, yeah, literally from GTA 5. I don't know what to say. They literally just ripped off the animation from all these different games and just put it into one game. It is essentially the "can I copy your homework" meme, which is kind of funny. But I do understand people's concern about this whole idea where studios can just literally copy from other studios, because it is kind of, in a sense, lazy. But if I'm going to be real with you, if the game is fun and runs well, I'm pretty sure most players, including myself, won't really care. Yeah, they'll meme it to death, but they'll still play. Now, despite us looking forward to the game, unfortunately we don't really have a release date. So the big question is, where does Ananta go from here? Will it be able to keep up the hype? Or will it fade back into radio silence like it did for the past 9 months? Well, if Twitter's anything to go by, it does seem like interest is still growing, and NetEase does seem committed to this new direction. And the real test is coming pretty soon, with hopefully hands-on gameplay at the Tokyo Game Show. Now, if the game delivers, it could redefine how we think about free-to-play RPGs. If it flops, then maybe players weren't ready to give up their digital gambling addiction. But if it succeeds, Ananta might just kill the gacha model for good and start a new standard for monetizations in gaming. But whether it becomes a model or a warning, I guess we'll just have to wait and see though. But in any case, what do you guys think? Is this the start of a better future for gaming, or just another hype train headed straight for disappointment? Let me know in the comments below. Would you play Ananta? Are you done with gacha, or do you still like the thrill of the pull? Also, be sure to smash that like button if you want more deep dives like this. Subscribe for weekly uploads, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.